Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My husband and I were having a conversation yesterday when we were hiking, which by the way, today I still feel amazing. I'm a little sore just because I'm not used to hiking like that anymore. But I have tons of energy. Not that I'm going to run a marathon, but I feel great. But we were having this conversation yesterday because he's where we hiked. He's been there a couple times. And the last time he went with a friend of his. And I absolutely love her. I mean, she's an amazing person. And I was giving him a hard time about taking pictures. So I said something about not having a picture of him and I at this place. He has a picture of him and her from the last one. And I was just joking. I was like, sure, you have a picture with her, but not me. And anyway, and I told him, I said, you know what? It's all good. I don't care. I adore her. She's a sweet person. I do not see her as a threat at all. And it hit me. Sorry, I had to stop I'm not doing the toenails on the floor today in this video. That annoyed me yesterday. So not today. But I told him, I said, you know what? I don't see her as a threat. And I said, my new shirt. I just got new shirts. With my logo on it. I guess you guys can see it. Anyway, I love it. But I told him, I said, I don't understand, because if it's not, I don't see it as a threat. I don't see her as a threat, because if he chooses to be with her over me, it's his choice. And I told him, I said, I don't understand the mentality of people that say, well, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. So they go kill somebody. Or they get depressed because somebody left them. And I got to thinking, because I've had this twice in my life. I mean, some of you know, my first boyfriend was in kindergarten. So I've had a few boyfriends, few relationships in my life. Quite a few, actually. Anyway, twice I've had a situation where it didn't work. And it's crazy because usually I'm the one that leaves. In these situations, it was not me. It was somebody else. And it was pretty hard. And I look back, because in both situations, I thought, oh my gosh, they're amazing. I want to be with them, the whole bit. I was a different person then. And I look back and I look at me and the way I was, and I did not love myself. I was searching for love in all the wrong places. I was trying to fill a void that nobody could ever fill. I had to learn to fill that myself. So now that I'm in a better place, and this is where everybody should be, is there are no threats, there are only choices. Because if somebody chooses to be with you, that's great. If they choose to be with somebody else, let them go. And I look back on both of those relationships, and I am so glad that neither one of them worked out. So glad. And at this point, you couldn't pay me to be with either one of those people. Because I see now what type of person they were. because I'm in a different place. I don't need that type of relationship in my life. I choose to have better relationships. And there's a saying, what is it? I'm going to have to find it. Hold on. Okay. Don't make someone a priority when you're only an option to them. Let me read that again. Never make someone a priority when you're only an option to them. That was the reverse of that was me. I was making these people a priority, and all I was an option to them. And I was hanging on like for dear life, like, please love me, please see me, please be with me. Never beg somebody to be with you. Because if you have to beg them to be with you, if they don't want to be with you, if you're not a priority to them, let them go. Let them go. Because you are so much more important than that. You are so much more deserving than that. You should be with somebody that makes you a priority, not an option. You're not an option. You're not, no. That is a lack of desire and respect on their part. You should be with somebody that desires you and respects you more than that. But not from a place of they need you either. Not from a place of them being clingy and they're making you a priority because they can't stand on their own. That is a whole different dynamic that you don't want in your life either. So come from a place where you both choose to make the other one a priority because you truly want to be with them. And they truly want to be with you out of a place of you come from a full cup. They come from a full cup. You're not trying to fill a void with this other person or vice versa. And that's where I am. I don't have to have, yes, I choose to have my husband in my life, but I don't have to have him to make me complete. We complement each other. There's a huge difference. So if you're in a place where, look at your relationship that you're in. If you're in a relationship, and if you're not in a relationship, look at what you want out of a relationship. Are you in a place where you're okay by yourself? You would like to have company. You would like to enjoy life with somebody, but you don't have to have them. My dark night of the soul was because I was lonely. You should never feel lonely. Because I was looking for somebody to fill that void. I was looking for somebody to love me because I didn't love me. So therefore, when they loved me, I felt loved instead of me loving myself. And when you're with somebody that you feel desperate, like I have to keep them for whatever reason, that comes from lack. If you feel like you will end your life if they disappear or if they choose somebody else, and people, you run the scenario through your head. If you walked in on your partner and they're having an affair, how are you going to react? Because there are people that would take both parties out or take one of the two parties out. Not me. I would be pissed, but again, it's not a threat, it's a choice. They chose that other person. If that happened to me now, before, yes, I probably would have been in a different headspace. But now, if I walk in on my husband and he's having an affair, that's his choice. My choice is have a nice life with her, not me, because I deserve better than that. I'm not going to get wigged out and, oh my God, my life is over, or take both of them out of the equation. Why? It's a mindset shift. It's a choice that you're both making. Don't let somebody pull you down. Don't let somebody put you in that bad headspace. Nobody should be a threat to you. Now, and I'm not talking about safety type things. I'm talking about relationships. Because just like the woman that my husband hiked with before, they're friends. His best friend is a woman. I adore her. He's known her for years. No way would I step in and say, you either talk to me, and if you're with me, you can't be friends with her. That's not fair. If I perceive her as a threat, I have a choice to make. And I don't want to be with somebody. I choose not to be with somebody that I can't trust. So, again, there are no threats. There are only choices in relationship situations. And back to the safety issue, if you're in a bad relationship or abusive relationship, that I send you my love. There is no judgment, but that comes from low self-esteem. That comes from lack on your part. You deserve better than that. Get out of that relationship. Nobody should be in a relationship where you feel less than, where you are abused. If you're hanging on to the abuser, you need to go within and heal you. Because and I will tell you, the abuser has a low self-esteem and a low self-image. Because if they have to gain their power by controlling you, they don't own their own. They're not drawing their own power from within. They don't love themselves. So therefore they have to gain their control and acceptance from taking yours. Neither is a good situation. So it's not just you, it's both parties have to work on themselves. So I'm not saying this is an easy thing. I mean, both of my relationships from before, I don't want to say, well, no, they weren't devastating. They were heartbreaking. But again, sometimes what is that song? Unanswered prayers. Sometimes prayers aren't answered for a reason, because your higher self knows what's best for you. You might not see it. You might think the relationship you're in is perfect, but is it really perfect? If it falls apart for a reason. For whatever the reason is. Again, there are no threats. It's only choices. Make the choice to walk away and love you. And be okay whether you're the one that walks away or somebody walks away from you. Because come back to you. Come back to the fact that, you know what? I'm okay with me. I deserve somebody that's going to love me. I deserve somebody that's going to make me a priority. Not an option. I'm not an option. Are you freaking kidding me? No, I'm not an option. You know what? Your option is to walk out that door or that door. That's it. And don't bother coming back. So, I love you guys. I only want the best for you. I don't ever want you in a situation where you feel less than, or you feel unworthy, or you feel like you have to grasp on and hold on to somebody because your life is going to end without them. Nobody's worth that, because you're putting that person over you. You're putting their worth over yours. Nobody's better than you. Nobody. So, I hope you have an amazing day. Like my channel, subscribe to it, or like this video, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I'm going to have another amazing day. Not sure exactly everything I'm going to do today, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to have, and I will tell you, time, if you're feeling this, you're not alone. Time, it's like an illusion. Money, I was talking to my husband the other night, and in high school, I got straight A's in math. Straight A's. Math was my thing. Now, don't ask me to add 2 plus 2 without a calculator. And it's even worse, because the other day, I can't remember what we were talking about, but it's like hundreds and thousands and, I can't even remember what we were talking about. And then I was talking to my best friend this morning or yesterday about was it $600,000 or $300,000? And when she responded back to me, she said $600 or $300, and I said no, it wasn't 100, it was 100,000. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. And I really had to think about, what am I saying? Does that make sense? And so money. And she said the same thing. She said, Pam, because when I told her, I said, no, it wasn't $300, it was $300,000. And I said, and she replied back to me. She said, I did the same thing. She said, I knew it in my head, but it didn't come out right. And she said, and the other day, I said the same thing to my daughter, and like $100, and she was like, Mom, no, it was $100,000 or whatever it was. So Time is completely wonky. Money is completely wonky, which tells me it's all an illusion and it all really doesn't make a hill of hen shit in the first place. You know what? Let it go. Don't stress it. Some of this stuff, again, nothing is a threat. It's only a choice. It doesn't matter what is going on in your life. It's not a threat. It's a choice. How are you choosing to look at it? It doesn't matter what it is. You can choose to get wrapped up in it. And I could choose to go, oh my God, I'm going senile. I'm going crazy. I've got dementia. I've got all this stuff going on. I can't even think straight. And then you go down that victimhood rabbit hole. Woe is me. Life is horrible. Look, I'm getting old. My brain's going. No. I just laugh at it. It just is. I'm not going crazy. It just doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. When you can shift your mindset to it just is and not see it as a bad thing, you know, you can get wrapped up in like my dark night of the soul. I could get wrapped up in, oh my God, I went there and start blaming everybody and, oh, this is horrible and more bad shit happened and it just kept happening and nothing was working out, and get sucked into the negative rabbit hole, devil's sandbox, or be grateful for what is happening. Because it's happening for a reason. Sometimes it is to get you to see that you need to shift your mindset because you get what you focus on. Again, time is literally, it's irrelevant. It really doesn't matter. Money is energy. It really doesn't matter. Because you can have, and this is a whole nother video about abundance. You can have anything you want. It doesn't matter whether you have 2 cents in your pocket or $2 million or $2 trillion in your pocket. Because how it happens is energy. I mean, sorry. Must have a bite. Oh no. Whatever. My best friend is getting ready to spend a weekend. She's like, Pam, she's going with friends. She's like, Pam, this is where the rich people stay, and we get to stay this weekend. My best friend, God bless her soul, I love her more than life. She's not rich. She is rich, but monetarily, no. She couldn't afford it if she had to pay for it with money. But she and her daughter get to stay in an amazing place for the weekend. It's not for you to figure out how to make it happen. So again, money is irrelevant. People want to get tied up in, oh, it costs this. So what? Anyway, that's a whole nother video. But I send you, again, it's choices. Don't let money be a threat to you. Don't go, oh my God, it costs so much, I can't afford it. So I have to either let it go or no. Look at it as it's just energy. I would love to have this. I would love to spend a weekend. I would love to go to the beach and spend a weekend at this place. And then just watch the universe unfold it. If it's meant to be, it'll be. So I love you. I hope you have an amazing day. I send you all the blessings in the world. If you have questions, reach out to me. So, but never, never be an option. Always make yourself a priority, and then others will make you a priority. Because when you feel like an option, you're only an option to them. So have an amazing day, and we will talk soon.